Yo, and welcome to the Interviewer, where I, Diox, get under people's skin both literally and figuratively. I had the idea to do this ages ago, and I finally got off my butt to do it. I hope you enjoy. For the first season, I'll be focusing on talking to West Yorkshire rappers and producers, partly because I know some, and because I have a passion for hip-hop, and I gotta big up my local scene. Big up the No.1. Also got a shout out to my Ashes Rise fam for all their help and support in making this, and big up to Chills Myth for making the intro beat. Big up!
Yo, I'm here. I want to see what's happening at you know? Because half of the opportunities that come from me is just of me just acting the person.
Yeah, well, first guest is TjTucker, local phenomenon. It had to be him, man. This guy is so talented and has so much drive, real inspiration. We talk everything from life, music, work, inspiration, aspirations. I hope you enjoy.
You've got to learn how the language of each platform, because they all work differently.
Yeah, for sure, man. The differences between TikTok and Instagram, massive. Alex was telling me something about TikTok, how the algorithm works on that. Mm-hmm. It's all about that first hour of posting with TikTok. So if your video gets 100 views within the first hour, not likes or anything, just views, then it will be pushed more. If it doesn't hit that 100 views, it won't be shown to people that are your followers. Crazy, eh?
Literally a robot, just like now, 6 p.m. to me, like 6 p.m. You know, I'll only post around those times.
Yeah, but
I've noticed that because of the Americans as well. Like for me on there, if I post early in the morning, like
the
7,
time
8,
is different for them, yeah, for sure.
Great for me. And then my other times like 7, or like 5. Yeah. So when you know your windows, I think you're even in a much better place, because then you're like, all right, it takes away some of the thinking.
Yeah.
Ashes Rise, baby. It's that time, man. When the sun starts coming back out, bro, like I'm literally everywhere I'm going lately. My music's on 50 and the windows are down.
What's this called again?
Bungwe. Yes, sir.
Is it like a national bird?
Yeah, so that's the bird that's so it's the bird you see on the flag in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, we are. And also like my mom, this funny thing, she has this thing she tells me like she's talking about it. Obviously, you know, what we're doing as creatives and stuff like that, you know, it can be very lonely and all of that. So would it be okay to decrease the head?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I did your ribs. We did your ribs once.
So like she tends to remind me, most eagles fly alone. So it's just kind of, you know what you're doing, just stay on track. Yeah. And obviously it's home, so I need that. I don't that song, man, like I cannot believe it gets the reception it gets from that. First time
I've taken to I drive a Honda. I've taken to replacing Yoda with Yonder.
Yeah, riding in the Yonder. I love it. I definitely want a car like that.
Yeah.
Just that little.
Yeah, you got Igo, right?
Yeah. No noise on that.
No. They're quiet little cars. Good little cars though. A friend of mine had one for years, man.
I love mine. Honestly,
so you weren't driving for a little while up here, were you?
No.
Because I wanted to talk about like a little bit of a transition from you, because in the song Manifest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When did you release that? About a year ago? Maybe
2021.
2021? Is it that old?
Yeah. Manifesting on the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, that time.
And then this year, you dropped Transmuting.
Riding in
your own fucking car now, right?
Bro, that's kind of like the meaning of transmuting, where it's like, you know, like you have these ambitions and things you want to do and to get done. A mistake is saying, oh yeah, I will do that, or we'll get there.
Yeah.
You're pushing it further and further.
We'll do that
away.
one day.
Yeah.
Like, living it now is the thing, isn't it?
Right
yeah,
now.
To me, for that song, it's kind of like, at the same time as celebrating how far you've come, it's also still looking forward.
Yeah, you know? There's still more.
Appreciating what you have done and how far you have come.
Yeah, man.
But knowing there's still more to do.
Man. And it's such a different place completely from like where I was at Manifest.
Yeah. So.
I was working in warehouse at the time, and bro, like I was so pissed. You know what I mean? It was just the worst environment. You know what I mean? Like very soul destroying.
Yeah. Done plenty of soul destroying jobs. Alright. We ready?
And the music is hitting as well.
Yeah, of course. Let's welcome to your interview.
Yes, first one, baby.
Yeah. So let's start off with something easy anyway. Like, what do you think are your biggest music influences?
Ooh.
Like, that can be anything, rap, you know, whatever's.
Ooh. Okay, so 90s rap. Okay, 90s rap and hip hop, 100%. And then we have to go to soul. Like
What's your tops out of 90s hip hop?
Ooh, Snoop.
Yeah.
He's on the top always. Second, Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, they're definitely.
And then
one of the best. Ooh.
I'm not making those sounds because of the tap. I'm like, this is my brain.
Think away, man.
You know what? Grand Puba.
Yeah?
Yeah, Grand Puba. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that one's a very like in the cut one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool, I'll go with those three for the 90s. And then like a lot of soul music.
Soul, who do you listen to in soul?
Ooh, Patrice Rushen. A lot of even like, you know, something like Teddy Pendergrass and shit like that. Like, yeah, a lot of stuff my mom like.
Your mom's a big influence on soul.
Stuff like, you know, like the Isley Brothers and things like that. Yeah, man. Like, if it's old, I'm most likely going to be down with it. Of course, Michael Jackson's and all of that.
Yeah.
And then, and then I think, like, again, more currently, I'm going to say lifestyle rap as a genre as a whole. Like, I'm really, like, the Currencies, Wiz Khalifa, you know, UK, like Lord Apex. I mean, guys like Larry June, like people that are very, like, genuine. Their whole brand is, you know, building it from, you know, their two hands, you know what I mean? Like Nipsey Hussle, you know, the marathon, and it's the connection with the audience and like just how real it looks. And it's just, they're not trying too hard, they're just living their lives and very motivational.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where I would place myself, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Lifestyle rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, would you say that's sort of like, it's like not quite the conscious, but it is conscious in itself, but it's also on a vibe, you know. It's
feel good conscious.
Feel good. Yeah, it's like feel good conscious. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of wisdom in there, like, you know, it's like...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro. I mean, and I would say, like, I think why I say the lifestyle rap choice is because, like, growing up, when I was first coming into music, and that, obviously, I didn't really have any positive male role models in life. You know, like, early on, I was, like, raised by all women, you know what I mean? So, there was a lot of questions I had growing up, there's a lot of, you know, feelings I had and stuff, and, like, you know, you pick your mentors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Pick your heroes, and then that's where I found Nipsey Hussle, and like he taught me a lot about just hustling, and keeping my mind right. You know, Kendrick Lamar, Currency, all of these guys. So, yeah, like being able to be that for somebody else, or like kind of help, you know, in times with the music. That's everything. The concentration right now.
These lines are straight. Yeah, man. Particular.
So you know what? I like a lot of like even like grunge too, bro. Like, you know, like you know, obviously, you know, Nirvana. I got a couple records there. I listen to a lot of like there's one song I forgot who the artist is, but the song's called Superman's Dead.
I think it is.
Superman's dead, living in my head.
They've got a song.
Our Lady's Peace, I think they're called.
Our Lady's Peace.
Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Oh wow, I just put it on shuffle. That wasn't me trying to play my own stuff. I put it on shuffle. Nice.
Do you listen to your own music much?
I do.
Like outside of just making it?
Yeah.
I think you should, man, you know?
Yeah. And that's always the marker for me, you know, bro, because like there's songs I don't.
Yeah.
But
because you've got to like detach from it and enjoy it, you know what I mean? To know that,
Yeah, and if I can't do that, I don't do that, then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's just not for me, this one, but at least other people enjoy it. But the ones that, man, sometimes I'm like I'm performing at home, bro. Like,
you can tell you love it. You know, it comes through. It really does. Who do you think is probably, in your eyes, the most underrated rapper? Could be anywhere in the spectrum of rap.
Most underrated. Oh, you know, I'm gonna have to say Logic, bro.
Yeah,
like honestly, skill-wise, like somebody, I was having this convo with somebody the other day, like one of the homies, he was like, oh, you know, Logic and Kendrick both dropped their debut albums in the same year, right? A couple months apart or whatever. And it was like, if Kendrick didn't drop Good Kid, Mad City, would we be talking about Logic more than we are now? And I'm like,
timing's a lot.
Yeah. And to me personally, I said to him, no, I don't think so. Because at the same time, there's still like, Logic is still who he is. You know, people will still always have their perceptions and stuff like that, you know? And like Kenny doesn't really have the same like things with that. But I think, bro, like taking away however his personality rubs you, the music is so good, fam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about his personality. I don't know much about him as a person, but I dig Logic, man. Yeah, for sure. I dig him more than Kendrick. Kendrick's alright, but it's not
Kendrick
for me generally.
Yeah, bro. Like for me, it's become more of a. I have to be in the right. I'll never take anything away from anyone.
No, for sure.
But I have to be in the space. In the time for that. Yeah. And even a lot of the time, it will be his older work I'm listening to. Not more so the new stuff as much. So
I'd never hit on Eminem, but everybody loves Eminem. Like,
I don't really.
I was like, he was one of the earliest rappers I listened to. Fucking little white boy in the 90s, man, in the early 90s.
Real,
of course, I fucking vibe with that. But like, I can still vibe with his early stuff now, but his new stuff,
and props to him, like, do you know what I mean? Do what you do, like, do you know what I mean? You know, you shouldn't be making your art trying to please anyone anyway.
No, for sure, man.
You know, what would you say then? Who would you say is the most underrated?
Most underrated. I mean, for me, one of, again, like similar. I was gonna say with Logic, like he says underrated, but he definitely could be more rated. But he's still got a huge following. He still fills fucking stadiums and shit. For me, would be. There's many we could mention, but for me, Atmosphere, Slug, Rhyme Sayers, him and a guy called Musab started the label. Yeah, to me, he's one of the most underrated, and now he's got his own label. You know what I mean? He fills stadiums.
Nice.
And he has for years, and he does a lot. And he came out very similar time to M.
Right.
And I believe if M hadn't hit the way he did,
it would have been.
Slug would have been way bigger.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, there's so many guys out here, right, that we don't know about that are winning on a major level, but they just quietly. And I think that's, to be honest with you, that seems like a nicer way to go about it. Do you know what I mean? Like a better way to go about it. Because then, cool, you're, let's say as an artist, right, you're performing regularly. You know, you're doing your shows, you're selling merch. Like, you know, you have your own community who are like funding what you're doing. And it's like, you know, it's a constant feedback loop. Do you know what I mean? You're not, you know, that takes away, that literally eliminates the whole thing of all these streams and shit. And like, you know, because you have your base. You know that they're going to rock with you. They stand with you. Boom. And then, you know, you're doing your creations. And if you're doing that and it's full time, or if you have something on the side helping it out, and you're just living your life, bro, that's great. You know, you can do anything in this day and age, bro.
You can do what you want. You just got to set your mind to it and know what you're doing.
honestly.
Learn what you need to learn, do what you need to do.
And it's a long road, and there's so many. Like honestly, like last year for me personally, like it was a tough one, man. Because like with HND, Heroes Never Die. Like obviously, the future sites with that is like, yeah, that is a label, but it's a creative foundation also, But like I had kind of with a lot of things, I'm very like, cool, let's just do it, and we'll learn and we'll figure out as we go.
Yeah.
Study long, study wrong.
Yeah.
So, with HND, there wasn't much of like a whole team or infrastructure around it. It's me and the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I jumped the gun. I'd made it like a limited company first. I'd done that route first.
Yeah.
And like, wow, man, the amount of, like tax and things
It's
you got to
serious
stay on
once
top
you
of.
do that. So
Yeah.
you can be, if you do it wrong as well. I've learned from Alex, the boss man here. He knows a lot about business side of things. You can be banned from ever starting a business again if you do it wrong. If you really screw up.
And that's the thing, you don't know. A lot of these things you don't know until you fuck up. You know what I mean? You don't, until it's slapped with you, and it's like madness. So I learned a lot, like just through that. Now, obviously, I've rejigged how the business is. We're still running. We're still good. H&D is out. Like,
so it's still a business.
Yeah, still a business. No, that is the
Yeah.
business. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing. We're actually gonna be offering. I'm gonna be offering like podcast services like as well.
Okay, cool.
Like through there, so we'll have like the H&D studio side of things, which is like you see like like with the jingle, right? Like cool. That's like coming out H&D studio. That's the production side of things.
Yeah, right.
And like the podcast editing and that, and then we've got obviously H&D music, where it's like cool, all the TJ stuff and Legends with No Name and yeah, man. So just thinking of like smart ways to do this, man, because we're here for a long time, bro. Like
man.
Yeah, like when I definitely this is who I am. I want this to be like I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah. What do you think you would do if you weren't making music? What do you think you would do?
Robbing banks. Masking up. In and out. Nah, if I wasn't making music, wow. See, that's the thing. I don't even know who that person is, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? No, you know what? I know I would be if it wasn't music. Because before I came up to Leeds, I was actually working in TV.
All right.
Just as like, I was a runner.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah, on like first dates and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and like at that time, so I was always into writing. And I was like looking at like getting into like script work and stuff. Like going into like the whole like comedy writing and everything. So really and truly, yeah, man, I'd be on the TV side of things, man.
Yeah, so still using them writing skills.
Yeah, man.
Just in a different realm.
Yeah.
So I've asked you who you thought the most underrated was. Touchy question, and we don't want to hate on nobody, but who's the most overrated these days, do you think?
Many.
I know there's many. the rap game, the music industry on a whole.
Bro.
But just specifically rap.
Specifically rap. And obviously, I'm just answering the question here.
Yeah, it's just your personal opinion of,
But honestly, yeah, man. The Drakes of the world. I think Kendrick Lamar to a certain point too.
Yep. Not taking away from what they do.
No.
Better out there.
Yeah. There's a lot,
Certain things get pushed.
Even artists like, and there's so much better female artists. Yeah, like let's say like Little Sims should be like so much more.
She's amazing, man.
She's also heavily underrated.
Yeah, right? Definitely. Yeah,
like she should be way higher than she is. But like, yeah, man, like bro, like why is Ice Spice doing like all of them vegetables and shit like that? And everyone can win, but come on, man. And it's so weird to me because like the industry and like them labels and that. Ooh, you do this to make money. Like if you just put the proper like Doechii, right? Give her more shine or whatever. I know she's got shine already, but like if she had more shine and that, you got more people that will spend money. Do you know what I mean? Going to see shows like that and everything. You're gonna make more money. I get it, sex sells, but like, come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You're diluting everything, fam. Like,
yeah, it is. Unfortunately, it's sex sells,
man.
and you know that's down to the lyrics, the look for the men. You know, it's the lyrics about that sort of shit. It's about that sort of lifestyle and culture, promoting that over sexualization of everything.
Yeah, man.
More to life than sex, man. So
like, come on, man. It's like, yeah, so much more, man. You know, and it's so crazy because then it's like you wonder why. But for me, music is very spiritual, man. I know we all like.
Yeah, well, that's for me. Like, you know, I feel like there is some spirit in, like, say, some of Kendrick's music.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, there's a
for
meaning to a lot of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's like Drake.
Right.
I don't listen to enough to probably comment enough.
Right.
But I don't. When I hear what I have heard, I don't hear a lot of spirit in that sort of thing. You know what I mean, it might be some spirit, but it's not a spirit that I connect with.
I'll say this about Drake though, like just my opinion on it. On like he's the genius in the way in what he does is that he knows how to make something for the layman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knows how to like kind of put things in a very like simple way. So then it's like you can catch it. Do you know what I mean? And you've got it. A lot of his bars are quotables.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is hard to do.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I mean, I think on the subject of him, I think Mos Def said it best. Have you seen that interview?
No.
There's a little interview with him where somebody asks, like, she asks him straight up, she's like, what do you think of Drake?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, why did you do this to me? It's a great video.
Yeah.
But then he's like, to me, he associates Drake's music with shopping.
Right.
It's very commercial.
Yeah.
You know, it's very it's a product.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He saw it as the type of music that you would see in what they call Target or
like people's problem with like
Walmart.
Kenny G.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. It's almost but then okay, wait, let me ask you a question. Do you see that as would you see that as an artist selling themselves out? Like
if they're relinquishing creative control to people telling them to do that, then that's the definition of selling out, to make money. Yeah. Or if they're, even if it's not somebody else telling them to do it, if they're, in my eyes, if they're compromising their integrity and what they believe just to make money, you know what I mean? Changing what they want to make as music because they think, wow, you know, this thing that I'd like to do, I'd like to do it, but I don't think it'll sell. And then they're like, yeah, but this will sell.
Yeah.
So I'll do this instead of what I really want to do.
Fuck all of that, man. Yeah.
So that's what selling out means. You know what I mean? So, but I think if you're committed, as you are, as it's shown, you know, committed to your own thing, keep going, you'll grow something.
Build it and they will come.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, easier said than done at first. Like,
and there's a lot of obstacles, even just in your own head, that you've got to get through.
Yeah.
But if you keep doing it, I mean, I think your growth is clear, man. I've known you a long time now, man.
For real.
Quite a few years.
Damn, yeah.
Pretty much as my son's 7 now. I think I've known you as long as he's been born, nearly.
Oi, come on.
It's probably nearly that long. I remember watching the XP, Big Up XP, the Dub-Y podcast. I heard you mention in there that it was your previous tattooist, Chibi.
Yes, sir.
Put you in touch with Percy Bones.
Yes. Yeah. This is crazy. They lived together. At the time.
That's the same reason I met you, or got in touch with you. So I'd started the Daily Beats page. I met Chibi through the Daily Beats page. I started that. He started following. He fucked with the idea. When I used to ask questions and stuff, I used to do a lot more of that, like asking the people what they wanted to find out what I could do with the page. And he was like, we need more of this style of stuff. I think he was specifically meaning the trap sort of vibes.
Shit.
And
Chibi was messing with that.
yeah. And and the metal side of stuff. So that's when he introduced me to Percy.
Wow.
And then along in the same realm, I found yourself.
Long live
Chibi, man. He brings everybody. He brings so many people together.
Come on.
I haven't seen him in time, man.
So long, bro.
I got tattooed by him a couple of times. Chibi, if you're out there, if you see this, peace, man. I hope you're well.
Say hello, man.
Say hello, yeah. Reach out. I know he dipped off social media for personal reasons, and I don't know. I don't have any other contact for him.
He's probably like at the back of every gig, just masked up.
I was hoping I'd see him. You remember Bonefest?
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd see him. Big up Percy Bones. Percy Bones
big up. Well. Yo, he's a very good friend of mine in this music thing, man. And like,
he's a fucking hustler, man. The guy knows.
Yeah, man, much respect to him, like, honestly, like, and it's, I always find it cool when it's like people that don't, life is so, life never ceases to amaze me, man, because like most of the people that give me them, like my closest friends in music and the people that I gravitate towards and, that we have conversations with, bro, like, we do not make the same type of music.
No, man.
It's always people outside of my realm,
Yeah, well, like, your early stuff wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't my thing. But I was like, so with the Daily Beats page, the important thing for me is it doesn't have to be something I like. I just have to, I think it has to be of a certain quality.
Yes, sir.
Which is different to my taste. And the message. Now, it doesn't have to be pushing like a really important message. It can be a vibe rather than, a super serious thing. But I won't push like a fucking really negative message, a hateful message. Do you know what I mean? I'm not about that.
Yeah.
And yours music was positive. It was a vibe. I could tell that the young people would probably like it. I'm a little older than you. Oh, you just turned 27?
Yeah, no, I'm 28 now.
28?
Yeah, I'm 28.
Getting old, you're nearly at 30.
Oh man, I'm Benjamin Button in this thing.
Man, you don't look nearly 30. Do I look over 30?
Bro, I thought you were 17.
I'll take it. Yeah, and then I think the first time we met was literally stood over there. First time you came in for a tattoo.
Yeah, man.
Which was the first one? Was it the Basquiat?
It was, I almost feel like it was something smaller, but no, it's the Basquiat, bro. It was the Basquiat, and then it was my handpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, Basquiat first. Wow. Yeah, you know what's so funny? I remember, because at that time, when you say like journey for real, we have come up, because at that time, I was living at my mum's, but I didn't have space for a room, so I was sleeping on my brother's floor. Like my younger brother's floor at the time, and like when I got back home, it was stressful trying to sleep because I also had the mattress on the floor and that, but I was like also healing.
Oh, and you had the tattoo, yeah. The ribs is not nice, man. You did well as well. That's some solid black.
That was nice, bro.
Well, I think we did it in 2 sessions, though, right?
Yeah.
I was a lot slower back then to give the outline, and then you came back for the filling. And the ribs is a difficult area.
The filling was the worst.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Right quick, by the way, if you're needing a tat, you're based up north, this man right here sort you out. Okay, so he's not doing this shit for fun. Okay,
well, it is fun. I am doing it for fun.
He is doing
I get
it for
paid
fun
too. I need to get paid. Doing it for the love, man.
Yeah,
that's the main
that's
thing.
it. What makes you enjoy doing a certain type of tattoo? Like, what is it? Like, I don't know. Is it the challenge of doing it, or is it just like,
the challenge I like most, and the thing I probably like the most in tattooing is designing something for somebody. So it's like when it's not my ideas. I like my ideas, and I enjoy doing my flash, but they very rarely sell straight away. I'll sit on designs for ages until somebody's like, I'm going to get that. Oh, it's awesome, thank you. But I really enjoy bringing somebody else's idea to life.
I always come to you with like
yeah, man, I love crazy ideas, man. Like, the crazier the better. If you've got a crazy idea, if you think it's not tattooable, that's the idea.
Let's go. Okay.
The guy came at me with he wanted a Welsh dragon holding a baby sat on a field of white roses. They both symbolise his Welsh heritage, the fact he lives in Yorkshire,
right,
and his daughter.
Wow.
In the baby on there.
Hobie said,
and we put it together. It's fucking in there somewhere. A little bit of it somewhere in one of those.
Boy, that's wild, you know.
It's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
I love the crazy ideas. Definitely in that frame, there's a rat riding a bicycle. Dude, that guy is so fucking.
Oh, there he is. The rat. Yeah.
That guy comes up with some crazy ideas. He's one of my best customers, man.
Cool.
He's just. Oh man, the stuff. We've done nearly a full sleeve now, and it's all just crazy ideas thought up by him and then designed by me. But collaboration, you know, I think that's just such a wonderful thing in art.
Yeah.
When you're working with somebody else that you really vibe with, it brings out the best in you. You know, like I love designing your logo, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you did most of that yourself. The idea was fully there. I just cleaned it up.
Brought it
you know
up,
what I mean?
man. Like, and that was fucking everywhere.
Yeah, man. I love seeing that thing. I love it when you see you performing on the stage, on t-shirts. Man. I love seeing it. You got that little light made, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
When you see that on wherever you are on it, you know, when you go to interviews.
Yeah, man. Have to bring that with me.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll get back to collabs, but you touched on it earlier before about how this stuff that you do, it's you seeking things. Like you've done so many interviews over this last year, man.
Wow.
So many. And you just get out there. You get out there and do it. So you say you get there by you seeking it more often than not.
Yes. Yeah. Like, you know, it's no luck. Like, you know what I mean? I will say, I'm a very lucky person because we create our own luck. Yeah,
for sure. You put yourself in the circles and then the opportunities come your way. Yeah. I mean, Ben, he sought you, didn't he?
Yeah, man. I didn't even know. I hadn't found that in that interview yet, that he had known about me for a while.
Yeah, because you're in the circles, man. Like, you are part of the. Like, when I messaged you about it afterwards and I watched it, and I think that officially makes you a No.1 legend now.
I'm here, man.
And you replied with how that felt so good to read.
Bro, honestly.
You know what I mean?
Because, you know, when you first came up here, like, you know, you're for the most part, I was wanting acceptance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And of course,
you
like,
want to find your people.
Yeah, you want to find your people as well. And like, you know, I'm a black artist, you know, but you don't really see me moving around like with like all of the other black artists up north, up here, because you know, it's like you know, I don't know. I don't think there's no like weirdness or anything. It's just haven't been exposed to each other, and you know, which I find real strange.
Yeah.
But you know, like you know, like with dating, man, I like who likes me, like, do you know what I mean? So whoever's listening to my work and appreciating it, that's where I am. You know what I mean? So like.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you say on the. I've been doing my research, man. I watched your. I watch them anyway, but I watched them again. The Live-O.
Yeah.
Big up Live-O.
Big up Live-O.
You were saying on there, you know, there needs to be more space to connect. So we need more black artists. Because you know, as Ben said, you know, more black and more female. In the north.
Because there's so many, like
there is people out there.
I only just recently got put onto. I think her name is Medulla. Like out of Sheffield, like she's hard, like hard. Like somebody said to me, like, you need to do a song with them, and I'm like, shit, you're right. Like, I didn't even know. And you
have worked with some great female black artists.
Phoenicia every time.
What's the girl on Manifest?
Manifest Finn. Yeah, that's Phoenicia.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to correct that though, because actually they them. They are dope. Phoenicia, like, great, like, honestly, and I met them through uni.
Oh, word.
Yeah, man. They were in there last year, and I was first year. And but like in first year, you didn't really get to go in the studio like that. You know what I mean? It was very protected. But obviously, it's the only reason I came here to get up in there. So I would like I would just chill around the studios and that when like the second years and third years had their lessons, because then there was usually like a studio free. So I just kind of like slip in and you know, chill and do my thing. I overheard them in a session. And then I was just like I literally just knocked on the door. I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry, but like, can we
get
meet?"
in on this?
Yeah. And then yeah, man. Since then, man, like honestly, like it's been real, you know. We got more stuff to do as well.
Yeah, word. I mean, Manifest is a tune, man. Vibe, chilling.
That song, you know, funny enough, Manifest is what is so you see how a lot of like my earlier stuff was trap, right? It was all the trap work, and you know, and I love it, man. That's literally all me and Digital Cash, my brother, who produces all of that, and I love it, you know. But then I got to that point where I was like, this isn't calling for any more of me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's what I can do inside trap and everything. I feel like I'm not really using myself to my fullest potential.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you know, I had that period of time when I was like, cool, so what do I want to do? Like, what is my music then? What is it? A lot. And you actually inspired this as well, this decision as well, because it was last year we played this show at Project House in Leeds, like with the band, and we did Blue Moon, I think, for the first time.
Oh yeah. And
then you were like, yo, this sound here, like this soulful, and like the raps, like you literally were like, yeah, you gotta do more of it, man. This is that sound right here. And I really sat on that, bro. Like I really take all of I listen to everything, you know what I mean? And you know, and then when I went back to like Manifest, I'm like, that was the way that it came out 2021, and it's still like one of my most streamed songs.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a standalone song. I didn't have anything else that sounded like that. So I was like, that told me instantly. I was like, bro, yeah, man, I think, these guys are right. Like, I shouldn't be.
Yeah, you gotta listen to the people, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's like we were saying about the whole sellout thing. It's.
Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. My point with that.
Oh, sorry. Go.
My point with what I was just saying there was like that. Then what's that what led to now Transmuting coming out? And
well, I can say the connection between Manifest and Transmuting, that distance in time, but seeing the progression there, it's a beautiful thing, man. And it's clear, very clear.
Oh man, you know, so now that like that was literally the first question, right? About like, you know, the 90s music. Yeah. And now I've got all these names flooding in my head now, man.
Yeah, like,
no,
drop it.
Outkast. Yeah. Like, you know, Outkast, bro, like even Scarface. Like I love like West Coast music as well. Like man, like all of that Dog Pound stuff, like bro. Yeah.
No, it was fun, and it was representative of the times, and I vibe with a lot of it.
Yeah.
But personally, like when it comes to getting into rap, obviously I was introduced to Eminem at an early age, probably the earliest influence in rap, and then I discovered more through that. Dre and all them at the time, you couldn't avoid them. Snoop, everybody, DMX, it was out. They were fucking cool, man. Yeah. Really cool. But I didn't really vibe with rap and get really into hip hop until I was introduced to Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco, Kick Push was probably one of the first that I was just like, yes, I like this.
That backpack rap era.
Yeah, bro. Backpack rap. That's what really got me.
Yeah, that's basically, you know, that's literally a bridge to lifestyle.
Like, for sure.
Know? Yeah, like, love it.
Well, what I'd say is like, so that sort of West Coast rap, and then the backpack, you know, leaning on the conscious stuff, and then I'd say what you're talking about, the lifestyle rap, sits directly between that. Is that right? Would you be right? You know, it's that vibe of, you know, winning. You know what I mean? We're fucking doing this,
for it,
you know, and then at the same time, but be real. You know what I mean? We got a life.
Do you know what I mean? I got work in the morning, but we're still getting it.
Yeah, that's the vibe you see, and I definitely believe that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and so after Lupe Fiasco, a good friend of mine, Joe, he started introducing me to all sorts. Doom, he was the first to introduce me to Doom. And that's, you know, I just started, there was a lot of stuff to catch up on at that point, so I started diving in, and that's when I really discovered the likes of Tribe Called Quest and everything, and Common and everybody. And then it was around 18 years old, so that'd be
you know, the Star Wars credits a long time.
Yeah. In a galaxy far away. It feels like that now, man. 18 years old. That's around the time that I discovered Slug and Rhymesayers and all them lot. And honestly, like, I got obsessed. I didn't listen to anything else for years, man. I just listened to them and everything they do.
I'm very much like that. Once I find what I like, I'm really comfortable with what I like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll still go and venture out. I'll still listen to a lot of new stuff, but I have my base.
Yeah, for sure, man. Nothing wrong with that. You like what you like.
When I was like really early growing up, I grew up in Forest Gate, East London, near Stratford. And that is basically like Newham Generals. So I don't know if you heard like DWE, like, you know, like them guys, like that was literally like all of them. Like, do you know what I mean? It was buzzing when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, and like Gets, like Kano, like Skepta.
Yeah,
like
see, there's
Dizzy
some of that. I mean,
Rascal.
Skepta is massive, but like,
Skeppy
there's many in there that have a lot to say, and it can be missed because you turned off by
the anger.
But a lot. But
you understand where it's coming from.
Yeah. A lot of it is because they're angry for a reason, man.
But you know, and the clash I had with me was like, cool, like I'm growing up here and everything, but like, you know, this isn't the music in the house, you know, and everything, and I'm not really. I didn't feel connected to it. Yeah, I didn't feel connected to it, man. Like, you know, even me, just the way I am as a person, like what it wasn't like when I was growing up at school. Obviously, like, you know, like there's a lot of people that just walk around with masks on all day. Do you know what I mean? And like one reason why I didn't go back to London like after uni was just like, you know, like when I got up here, it's the freedom, man. I feel like I can really be myself. I feel like down there it's a lot of
there's more judgment from people.
Yeah, and I guess that's everywhere, but like, I was really feeling it at the time, you know, when I was younger, because it was just like, raw, like, you know, guys want to just act tough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're not road, if you don't have this, like, you know, you're black and you don't sound like a roadman and you don't look like one or whatever.
What's wrong with you?
Do you know what I mean? What, girls aren't gonna like you the same, they're gonna fuck with you, or like they're not gonna play your music because you're not looking like this, you're not doing them type of freestyles. And it was just, I don't know, I would just kind of, but that again, this is me, like, that was a younger version of myself, do you know what I mean? Seeing those things and how quick these are barriers. Now it's you can walk into any room, whatever, man, like, it's cool. Yeah. But I would just see a lot of that, man. And I remember there was one show that happened, like, this was like, what, I think my third performance ever, like 2017, and that was in London, and there was these guys that were sharing the stage with. What I saw was like, I'm seeing the main artist, and then he's got on the stage, got all these boys with him, about like 10 of them or whatever. I'm like, bro, what is that?
How many of them rapping? Just the one guy.
And the thing is, you know what? Then, like, because of that, this dude, he's not even connecting with he was just treating the audience like shit. You know what I mean? There was no connection with like the crowd. There was no. It's like, what is music for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this shit, man? Like, this ain't even. I'm not enjoying this.
No.
You know, like how are you on the platform and level you are at? Like,
So you think that definitely made you see a massively negative side of that side of performing, especially in rap. You just saw that and you're like, that's not what I want.
Yeah, I won't tag that to a genre, but just with just that.
Yeah, no. It's not just a genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because fucking you get that a lot in metal stuff. You know, the really heavy rock stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know, there's a similar vibe in that. The anger. Yeah. Just a lot of them treat the crowds like shit.
Yeah. It's like,
you know what I mean,
dude, this ain't. I feel like it's a better time when, you know, when the girls are comfortable, when they feel comfortable enough to move, dance, because then everybody else is in.
Yeah.
I
can feel that. They're definitely a good indicator of the the vibe.
Yeah, 100%.
And the safety of the room.
Yeah, man.
Like I heard Crux 2D say it, like saying about it's the shit show, which I hear you were quite involved with in the early days of it. One thing they want to do with that is make sure it feels safe for all peoples.
So important.
Shout
shit show as well.
Yeah,
shout shit show, man. Yeah.
I love what they're doing.
Yeah, it's never a shit show.
No, it's always a dope show. I still haven't made it to one. I will.
No, man, yeah, no, you definitely should, man. I'm looking forward to see what they do with it and where they take it.
Me too, man. Me too.
But yeah, no, like that, all of that, it showed me what not to. Like that's the thing. It's a long journey, man. You learn, like as long as you have your eyes open, like yeah, like even like I remember there was one support gig I did, and it was supporting Coops.
All right, yeah, big show.
Yeah, man, yeah, Belgrave as well. Like that was awesome. He's a sick guy. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I love his music, man.
From him, dude, like that show, right? I felt great. I was like, yeah, nice, cool. We did that. But then now when he came on stage, bro, I was humbled immediately.
Yeah.
Like immediately. Like I was like literally like I was standing like near the front and stuff. And we spoke a bit afterwards and like all good. But like he was the diction, the clarity, the performance, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like just of the assuredness as well, like just the
confidence,
all of that. Like that's the thing, man, bro. Me, like I feel like with this, performance wise anyway, bro. Like I treat this music stuff like an athlete. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when you hear like stories about like Kobe watching game tape. That's me. Do you know what I mean? So like as soon as I'm off the stage, yeah, bro. As soon as I'm off the stage, and if I'm like watching somebody else, if I'm supporting, whatever, bro, I'm analyzing the whole situation. Man. And like that taught me, like his show, it taught me like, damn, T, like yeah, you got more work to do.
Yeah, there's some people who just know what they're doing, and
they
know how to pick up on a vibe as well, and how to work different crowds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
somebody I see for that, I see Verb T.
Okay,
I see him in what's it called? That underground bar? Is it? I forget the name of the basement. Is it?
Oh yeah, basement.
Yeah. I saw him there, and the crowd was small. You know what I mean? And they were a bit static. Do you know what I mean? And he knew how to get them going a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he knew how far to push them as well. You know what I mean? He knew not to be a dick about it. The way you know what I mean? You definitely see the professionals. You know what I mean? Some people, they know how to work a crowd.
Yeah, man.
Like, and you are mastering that craft, man. I gotta say, man.
Thank you, man. Getting there, man.
My man Jay, that I brought with me to the last gig,
boy,
he is a mega fan now. I'm not joking. He sent me a picture the other day.
Yeah.
He was like, I think I'm obsessed, man. And he was playing, I think it's the new Oblivion, is it? Is it Oblivion?
Yeah, or one of the games.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had that on one screen with backwards video.
Come
on the screen. He said he'd just been listening on repeat.
Come on.
But he was massively just impressed with how you work the crowd.
Thank you.
And like we were both saying, like, man, like, the recordings don't do your music justice. You work so much.
My mom said the same thing.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like, not just with, they do more so with the Legends, but still.
Yeah.
But more so with your other tunes, like tunes that I don't particularly vibe with, just to listen to live, man. I'm like, yes, just try to get behind it.
So you just gotta come and see it. You gotta come and see us.
Yeah, everybody's got to go to TJ show, man. With the Legends especially.
That's it,
man. Yeah, and so let's go on the Legends, man.
Yeah.
You and those guys have clearly got a fucking good relationship.
Them boys.
We won't go into the whole backstory of how you all met. If you want to see that, check out the No.1 podcast. It's all on there. But for sure, man, like, good relationships there. Everybody's together. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, that's the team.
That's the team, man.
Yeah.
Ash Florian,
Eddie Holland on the bass guitar. You got Luna on that guitar, man.
Sick
Jesus.
guitar, man.
You got Curtis Samuel on the keys doing them things.
Big
and then now we got Miles as well. Got Miles Page.
Yeah, he was like the missing piece, man.
He really was.
So good to see.
Yeah.
Like, he was brilliant at that show, and I can't wait to see him at full capacity with a kick as well.
Dude,
he did so well.
Yeah,
so well.
Oh, the backstory for anyone who doesn't actually know.
Yeah.
Our drummer Miles. So we recently played a headline at Wolf Chambers, and it was a super dope gig. But literally the week of, our drummer Miles, he's a he's literally a lookalike of The Alchemist.
But you know what? He really looks like a guy from People Under the Stairs as well.
Right.
That's one.
Oh yeah, no, we were saying that as well. Yeah.
He looks just like him.
Yeah, you know, and he's Mexican as well. He's Mexican.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So he literally a couple of days before the gig, man, like he had a wipe out. He busted his ankle.
Did he do it skating?
Yeah.
I see he's a sick skater as well, isn't
man.
So it's part of the fucking risk if you're gonna keep doing it.
For real. And I was like, I remember he came into the rehearsal, right, and he told me, and I was like, why?
You're not going to stop him from skating, man. It's clearly his passion, but it's going to be a risk. It's always going to be a challenge. But he's proved that that's not going to hold him back.
That's why he's a legend.
So he had a turned-up kick. Is that like a certain drum?
That was literally the kick drum.
Just the kick drum turned on the side?
That was the kick drum, just turned on the side.
Right, yeah.
Took the pedal off and just, man, like, wow. Like, woo.
He did so well.
Yeah, man.
And just to do it at such short notice, to practice those songs.
And that was his first gig with us too. That's his first time playing a rap show as well.
Right, yeah. So what's his other band? It's more punk?
Yeah. It's very different, you know. Like, I need to listen to them more. So, like, Miles, I love you, man. I'm gonna listen to the other band, but, you know, come on, man. The legends, bro. Like, I'm not trying to cause no riffs. But
no.
You know what I'm saying?
But everybody is they've got their own projects, right?
Everybody's
Luna's it's like some psychedelic rock. His other band, what are they called?
Lunar Galaxies.
Lunar Galaxies. Yeah.
Very, that one's like Latin and psychedelic, like
yeah. I've listened to them a few times, man. I really dig the vibe.
Eddie's got a whole different outfit as well. And he works a lot of live sound as well. So you probably see him just at gigs anyway.
Yeah, he's like a session musician, right?
Yeah, and then Ash Florian, he DJs and produces a lot, man. Dude's always in the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he'll be like just around Leeds at venues DJing anyway.
Oh, wicked, man.
And then man, Curtis Samuel, man, he's in a couple bands too, like, you know, so it makes it difficult for everyone to get together,
of course,
and rehearse and stuff. But it makes me respect them so much more, bro. Because I'm like, you know how many songs these guys are having to learn.
Yeah,
like, you know. But then whenever we get our stuff going, they're with it. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, wow, lucky, bro. You know?
Yeah, no, you're lucky to have found them all.
Yeah,
it's like your own little Power Rangers come together.
Legit, bro. Voltron.
Yeah, like the Legends is the Megazord.
What the one thing I fuck with about it as well is like it opened my mind up so much. I had always wanted to have a band, like, you know, because, you know, again, in the sense of transmuting and manifesting, I was like, you know what? When I look at things, I'm like, you cannot. There's a lot of rappers that call themselves rock stars, but I'm like, no, you shouldn't, because you don't have a band.
You know what I mean?
There's no. That's not. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's not true.
That's not true, bro. Like, that's not in the book. Do you know what I mean? But like, if we're talking about the levels and taking, I'm like, wow, man, like, cool. You're doing your solo thing. You know, you're doing that. Cool. And then once you're able to play bigger sets and bigger gigs and go more places, then you get a band. Or when you're people with the bands, they're more accessible in so many environments.
Yeah.
So
it opens up so many avenues as well. So like hip hop can easily, and rap can easily get stuck in that sample world.
Yeah.
And you know, it limits it. But having a band, man.
Live instrument, bro. The music, like, that's why even like backwards, it sounds so good, because it's proper instruments in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love it, man. That's the music nerd in me coming out. Like, I just like, man. I love live instruments, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
You know, that
and playing with them has made me a lot. Technically, it's it's
made you up
boosted
your
me.
game.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, man. Like in a lot of ways, like as well. Like getting with them, I had then found out how shoddy my timekeeping was. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I never really, paid a lot of attention to it. I know, of course, you songwrite, so you should, but no, like I'm not classically trained. You know what I mean? I didn't. For me, it's a lot of I feel what I make. So I think like now I'm getting like my proper music education like the past few years, bro.
Learning on the job, man.
Yeah, man. Legit, bro. Like, Luna's teaching me guitar as well, so
that's cool, man.
Yeah, you might see me on stage shredding with him.
Oh man. So, but that's great because that's then like when you do when you're not with them, you could do like pull out a fucking acoustic.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine.
I dig that. like like you did the acapella thing with the Trapping Ain't Dead, and you just had Miles.
Yeah.
Like similar vibe, you know what I mean? But just you and guitar, or even if it was just you and Ash, and
sometimes
there's so many possibilities, man.
Bro, there's so many ways to cut this cake. And like one thing that I was gonna say too, like with working with the Legends, bro, like now, like you said, there's so many different formations we go with sometimes. Like sometimes,
I've seen you do some gigs with just a couple of you.
Yeah, sometimes it's just me, Ash, and Luna.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be me, Curtis, and you know what I mean. And it's like it depends. Whatever you want, man, we can give it to you whichever way. Yeah, man.
What is a musical guilty pleasure of yours? So something that nobody would expect that you listen to. You might feel a bit of like, oh, I don't want to tell people I listen to this.
You're trying to get me caught up right now. Right?
Of course, I'm going to ask everybody. This is going to be one of my favorite questions. So I'm going to ask everybody. Like everybody's got them, man.
Oh, bro, you know what? Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter, fam.
Yeah,
she's fine.
I know the name. What songs, man?
Man, I might just play one now.
Play one by all means. Like I'm a sucker for like 90s pop.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
And like 90s dance.
Oh, there's this song, Rosie Gaines, I think, Closer Than Close.
Yeah.
And then there's that song by Jameson. I'll play that too. Let me try. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's it. The song's called Espresso. And like, I think I have a thing for singers, man. I love it, man. When it's just like there's this other artist, she's more of a soul artist, Cleo Soul.
I've heard the name.
Yeah. Oh wow. Like, bro, one of her songs hit me on a day where I just like I wasn't ready for it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just had to like, I fully just sat down, like turn the speakers up. I was like, all right, man. Yeah, man, I fuck with a bit of pop, man. Like, you need different varieties.
Yeah, I mean, it's popular for a reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, I'll literally have a full zoo, like, and just be vibing. Like,
yeah.
Well, man, definitely. I think, stuff like this, like, and yeah, my psychedelic rock bag as well.
Yeah,
psychedelic rock. When I'm in those zones.
There's a band called Ghost. They're on the psychedelic rock band. They're really good. There's a few. I dived in a little while back, and it's like a whole genre of rock of its own.
Yeah,
proper psychedelic.
The guitars, man, love it.
Yeah.
Guy, obviously, I'm a fan of psychedelics too, so just hand in hand,
Mind opening. The world would be a better place if everybody just had to go
one time.
Yeah. It's not made for everybody. Some people don't need it. Some people don't need it. Some people do.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel so stodgy about listening to music like this, because it's you're being yourself.
Yeah. Like, see, I used to hate. I still do sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hate on a lot of pop, but it all depends on the vibe, and again, it comes back to that message, what they're trying to push. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are you saying?
Because a lot of the labels are in control of all this music. It's written. I feel you can tell though, like when it's written by
The artist and
the artist, and when it's written by fucking a group of people.
But
a board.
But you know what?
AI.
But you know what? I'm gonna say, like, I find it hard because like Kanye on one of his albums, he had how many writers? But I thought like that was all him because it still sounded like just him. His
yeah. Well, sometimes it's hard to tell when it's really well done.
Yeah. And identify differently. That doesn't mean like me and you aren't gonna have the same issues.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, we gotta. The common ground is thrown out a lot of the time because people disagree on one thing.
Yeah.
They throw all of the common ground out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's difficult.
Yeah,
I think that's the bird done.
Woo! Wow. Yeah. That's right. That's power right there. That's home. That's Zimbabwe right there. Wow.
What's it?
Hungwe. Yeah. Wow. Oh, you know what? One of my biggest, I'll say as well, like inspirations too musically, would be a lot of the like traditional, like Zimbabwean music. Let's say like the stuff from like 80s, 90s, early 2000s. A lot of the music's very it's heavily guitars. You know, there's a lot of like acoustic. It's a lot of acoustic music and there's so much rhythm in it.
Yeah.
And like obviously I grew up on that, and that definitely influenced me too with like getting the band, wanting to learn guitar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, just closer to home.
Yeah.
Just hard.
Right, let's get home on your arm. Let me just do a quick check, make sure everything's still recording. Oh shit. And that's it. Thanks for watching episode 1 of The Interviewer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends, all that good stuff. Let us know in the comments how we did. And tune in to part 2 for more with TJ. Big up, man. This was so much fun. Can't wait till the next one. Extra big ups to TJ and Digital Cash of HND, Heroes Never Die, for the outro music. And of course, big thanks to all my Ashes Rise fam. Get down for a tattoo now. Osset, West Yorks.
Peace.